What is going on, guys? I actually realized that this costume stuff is a lot different than what I had originally thought. Actually, only the 3 costumes that say that they are special are ones that get changes, which is going to be Rebecca, Electra, she looks so cute, oh my god, and Morgan. These are the only ones that are actually getting skill changes. Meanwhile, all these other ones are just for fun. So I'll just go through them just to showcase what they look like. I was gonna do like separate videos for them, but there's really no purpose of doing that. What I will do, however, I will I will put in timestamps for the special ones, and these ones I don't think they need timestamps. I'll just look through. We'll look at the small S3 here. I think that this was the problem with Netmarble, is that they had a bunch of characters to do over. Now, one thing I do want to say is that these are the costumes. This is the costume video, but what happened is that using a costume in general, you are still going to get stats, so there's no reason not to have your Rue in cleaning duty mode like you pretty much should, because it gives her bonuses. It's just how that should work. There's really no reason not to do that. Other stuff that I'm going to show a little bit later, you'll see that there's really no purpose of not to do that. We got Ashley, Kendo Club Captain. Everything is school related. And one thing that I wanted to also mention is that what this allows them to do, it allows them to make content based on relevant events and occasions and holidays. So right now it is September, and it's a really good reason to do a school themed thing. A lot of people are going back to school, so why not do a school themed event? I mean, I wish they could have went even harder in the paint, like instead of it being a tiger, like maybe if the tiger was like the school the mascot or something would make sense. They could have definitely did a little bit better with some of these animations. They are slightly different. It's just them, a school background, which they made once and just kept reusing it, and then, you know, the same ultimates that they have in there. So I do think that they could have did a little bit better, but thank God, I was so concerned when I saw that Amon was getting an outfit. I mean, this does suck because then Amon's gonna have more HP in defense and attack, and he's gonna look pretty much the same. All right, whatever. Now he's destroying the school. I'm not too sure what they were thinking, giving him an outfit so quickly when a lot of other characters do need some help, and he definitely didn't need to be a help. They needed a male character that needed to be the president. What is it? He's the private school president, right? They could have chose so many other men. They could have made it Murdoch and gave Murdoch a shitty outfit just to give him a little bit more HP in defense, and it would have helped him out just slightly. Not like crazy, but there's definitely a lot of older characters that needed outfits over these newer characters. And there goes Nyx. Nyx didn't need a outfit just so far, but hey, she looks nice. I like that. She looks pretty good. But everything else is just them fighting on school grounds. Just having this school grounds fight. It would have been nice if they made like a special advent dungeon with school themed stuff. That would have been nice. Then they could have did the same thing for Halloween. Oops, sorry. So now Devil Mary, I was thinking, oh wait, Devil Mary, oh sorry, oh, gotta put her towards the back. I want to discuss all of them. I kind of forgot Mary was another special one. So that means they have like 4. They said 3, but I think that makes 4, right? Delinquent Mina, same thing. See, like hers, it's like whatever. I mean, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. I thought that each of them were gonna get a cool little thing. It looks way better in a dungeon arena thing. Karen, wow, Karen's so cute. Oh no, I thought her hair was gonna be like bunched up back there. What is she carrying? She's carrying 2 water bottles, I think it is, instead of plates. Now she has, oh, they actually changed. I think that actually changes the thing and drops down on the actual table. Little finessing there, little finesse there, nothing too crazy. But most of them are pretty much the same as what they would normally were. Like I said, I think they could have. They call her the soccer kid, hot blooded leader. Who's soccer? She's soccer. Karen's soccer. But she could have been like, that could have been a actual soccer ball instead of a chicken. The chicken is like irrelevant to her, at least from what I've known, right? But it would have been nice to have a little bit more finesse on some of these, I'd have to say. Ramu too, like Ramu's just doing her dashy stuff on the school grounds. It's the same star. Again, if they had a mascot, it would have been cool to see a mascot. Or she has like bunny ears, cat ears. It would have been nice to do maybe like a kitty cat symbol, even though it makes no sense if we're going left, right, but it would have been nice to see something different like that, in my opinion. But hey, I'm not the one that does this. Now we have, these are the special characters. This is the first one, Rebecca. Rebecca is going to be the shaman archer and you know her let me just scroll down. Her ultimate is going to look a little bit different, pretty much the same thing. I do like her original outfit because it does make sense. Shamans have like a lance kind of thing and then it turns into archer, whatever. But what we're here for is the dirty stats, the dirty upgrades. Now from what I'm being told is that now these are gonna actually cost, maybe something is gonna be a different currency. I'm hoping it just costs crystal. We don't know yet, but as you can see here, it goes from multi-strike bonus to an attack type bonus. I think that they get added on. I do not think that they are switching them, but yes, they could be that this gets switched out. I'm not exactly 100% sure, at least with the passives. Obviously, these get switched out because with this outfit, these are exactly the same except an added bonus. This one is a 70% chance to apply Judgmental Light that deals additional damage equal to 200% of the attacker's attack when attacked. So when she gets attacked, there's a 70% chance. When she does the skill, there's she can put a debuff on those units. This is AoE adjacent, and she will put it, and if they retaliate on her, they will take 200% of Rebecca's attack, which is really good because once she's hitting 3 people, you can actually go and attack people that you know are going to counter, and they'll come back and hit her, and it would be same thing like a mental seal. This is like a different version of mental seal, and this is again the level 1 version. This might actually go up to 100% at max skill. Also, they're lowering the cooldown of this move from 5 to 4, which makes it a lot easier with her passive to get it up more often if she keeps killing people. And I'm assuming that when she kills people with this, it will actually count towards her passive, which I'd have to check. We'd have to double check into that. We do not know that for sure at the moment. Again, S3 now is going to be changed, that when she does S3, she will get damage absorption for 1 turn. Another amazing thing because boom, she can aggro a bunch of units and then S3 after that and be safe for a turn and heal up on them as well. This is a huge change to this character. I'm actually thinking, like I was saying before, I was thinking maybe you can actually run the taunt rune on her. Not that that's optimal at all, but it's just funny that now you can rune her a little bit differently. She can clearly take attacks now based on giving damage absorption and having a debuff that she can land on the units, and then maybe that can be better for her. Also, another change is to her passive. Her passive is now the same thing here, but 100% chance to remove enemies Veil of Phantasm. Now I'm assuming that's every enemy that might have it on her turn, so you cannot use that mechanic whatsoever anymore. These are the type of stuff that I'd wish that they have more 100% chances to do certain things, so they're more reliable. So you put in this version of Rebecca specifically to counter something else, and then you use another version of something to counter this version of Rebecca. Like, that is what the game needs. They need more 100% stuff. Chance stuff is a little annoying because it just kind of like, it kind of takes the strategy away from certain things and it makes things wishy-washy, and then it's not as consistent, and I don't like that, me myself personally. You guys let me know what you think, but I like stuff to be more consistent, especially with these SSR heroes. You know, these are supposed to be the best. Like 30-something% to do something just seems like a R thing, SR thing, those shitty heroes, whatever. Now we see here she's gonna actually do increase the damage to marked targets, 100% chance to decrease the cooldown of S3. This is different now, right? To decrease the skill of her S3, sorry, by 1 turn when an enemy is afflicted by Judgmental Light. By judgment is attacked. So it does not say that. I think it should say it, I'm not too sure 100%, that if you get judgmental attack on them, and they say when they are attacked, so I don't know if that's like anyone attacks the unit that has that debuff and then it's fine, because it says 100% to decrease the cooldown of S3 by 1 turn when the enemy afflicted with the debuff that she gives out on S2 is attacked. It does not say herself. It just says that when they get attacked, her cooldown should be affected. That's actually really strong, because that will allow her to constantly spam her S3 if she lands those debuffs. And then, as we all know, she has damage absorption on it, so she can actually constantly keep this up, almost Kane-esque. Just keeping this up as long as every unit on the team. It actually makes a team effort to keep Rebecca alive by giving her damage absorption so she can S3, and then everyone attacks the person that has the S2 debuff on them, so she can just keep going up. And it's a nice little cooldown recycle trick. Very useful. Obviously, like I said, she's shutting down Veil of Phantasm, shutting down a lot of the dark unit bullshit that's going around right now. And that is really cool, and I think that this unit again, but these changes outside of this Veil of Phantasm stuff, actually I would say that this change makes her more viable as a PvE unit as well. She can keep herself safe for 1 turn with damage absorption. She can debuff clones especially, and then everyone's gonna attack the clones in like in Sid dungeon and the other ads in the dungeon, and she will actually be able to then S3 again maybe the next turn. This is on a 7-turn cooldown. She does need to kill some other units as well to keep her cooldowns low, so she's really good. I want to see her actually in a lot of these minion ad summoning things. I actually was saying that she would be good in those dungeons already based on her original kit, but now it's even on crack, so I would love to see it on crack and her to actually be out there and actually doing something. I would love to see that. That'd be great to see. But that is all I have to say about Rebecca, and we need to see how this is all going to work out. Next up, we're actually going to look at Mary. Now Mary is normally she's the anti-revive cursey lady, so let's see what they're going to change all her stuff into. Her S1 is changing. Rebecca's S1 didn't change. Oh sorry, not the S1, S2, S3, yeah, blah blah blah. All right, so let's see what else we're adding up into here. It seems that these things, the auto attack is staying, sorry, not the auto attack, the S2 is staying the same as far as this stuff. 100%, 50% chance to silence if the curse starts. So now it's only if they were cursed. The curse, she only landed on her S1, but now is if they have a debuff in general, she has a chance to silence them. Really kind of dangerous with Cynthia being around. You might not want to silence her for 2 turns. But it says 2-turn silence on jump too. I never really knew that about her. So as long as they have any debuffs, this works. That's actually just a good quality of a life change, to be honest. It's like that you have to buy an outfit for a better skill, better skill working in a better way, right? S3, as we all know, is let's see if there's any changes here. 3 targets mean unable to revive for 1 turn. That's about the same. Now it inflicts 20% additional damage if the target's HP is 50% or higher. And this allows more nuking potential if they have higher HP, or it's easier to one-shot them here. This is like kind of feeding into the whole allowing Mary, or because I don't think no one was using Mary in the dark AoE squad, but hey, now she has a chance, brother. She has a chance to stand out above the crowd. But maybe there's something else in here that'll make it a little bit better, because I still don't know if you really want to use her. She does have a really cool revive mechanic, so let's see what they've done to that. Restores the cast's HP by 10% each time an enemy dies or an ally dies, similar to like Ian. Also increase the attack by 10% for 2 turns, stacks up to 5 times for 50% attack buff as people are dying. Cruel. So now it's actually turned to restores her HP by 30% upon death or revival of an enemy or an ally, and increases her attack by 30%, and it has 2 times, which is technically higher. And as units are dying and being revived. Very interesting. And see, resolve is not a revive, let's keep that in mind, but when you actually revive things, she will also get a buff, which is kind of a nice way to have her fight against these units that are reviving, these Sids, these Ramus. So she actually looking like she's definitely a little bit set better for PvP. That's definitely PvP. There's more revival, but there are units that do revive in PvE, and she'll get a 30% attack buff when they revive, and as you're killing their ads. This is really good for Christian, who's now active right now. Christian dungeon is now active, so this is actually really good for Christian. Now she's cursing, she's silencing, and on top of that, when he dies, he'll get a 30%. I don't think that's enough to really bring her in there, but hey, it's like I said, she does hit multiple targets. She'll make the S2 version, the stage 2, very easy on Christian, and things of that nature. But there's no real dungeon that has multiple reviving to keep that passive up like that, or else you're gonna let your teammates die a lot. Yeah, it sounds a little weird, but hey, you can definitely, she has more Christian dungeon viability as a dark unit. There you go. Here we go. Next new beautiful thing. Caster gains revive unavailable immunity for 5 turns at the start of the wave. Very interesting. So you cannot stop her from reviving, which was an easy thing to do. Then again, her reviving was never really a problem, even though her revive gives her all her skill cooldowns, which it looks like are still here. So sorry, revives once with 80% HP, that's a lot, and resets all cooldowns upon death. Applies concentrated power to increase damage dealt on S3. Now this wasn't there before, so now for 5 turns you cannot stop her from reviving. If you do kill her, she'll lose the buff. I'll let you know that right now. That's how revives work. You kill her, she loses this buff, but then she'll come back with the concentrated power buff, which is really cool, because then her S3 is doing 50% more damage when she comes back. She doesn't get an instant turn, so you can nuke and then have someone else nuke again. but that is going to make her really strong. I'm interested to see people that have Mary build if this is like phenomenal. But you know, a little, I think I was saying before, is that a lot of these changes are definitely PvP focused more than PvE, but that some of those changes do help her in certain dungeons. Christian dungeon lets her be a little bit more nuky as an AoE multi-targeter, which they definitely need a little bit help in there when a lot of things are just beneficial to just do on single target bursts. But hey, I think that that's really good. I have Mary, you know, I can clear all the dungeons, so there's no reason for me to build her for a dungeon outside of just trying it out. But for PvP, it might be good. As the more units change, you're going to need more options. So I definitely think that this is good just to give more options. Next up, we're going to have Dean. Oh, you know what? I mixed her up with the other one. I'm so bad. And everyone's like, oh, Electra's not a special unit. But damn, she looks special to me though. Look at this. She looks phenomenal. Her eyes are so seductive. Very well designed character. And I'm more attracted to any older looking character than I will be like the ones that look younger. But she looks really nice. She's like a woman. Like a woman. Her ult's gonna be the same. Yeah, she doesn't have any boost up. I'm sorry, but I saved it for last, babe, because she's so special. I'm actually gonna maybe put her on the front. She might be my thumbnail, man. This is the future of Netmarble. This is the future of Knights Chronicles, this character. All right, sorry. All right, now we're gonna go down to Morgan, and I heard she was broken. I didn't really even look at her stuff, but I heard she's broken. Now her thing is like secret agent. It's like completely different from half of everything being school related. Morgan is a secret agent. It's like okay. I don't really understand exactly why they decided to do that. She could have been like she's a dean. She could have been like, you know, what do they call the people, like a hall monitor or something like that, you know, whatever. They definitely could have kept her in the skill in the side of the theme of school, but they decided not to, so whatever. All right, so this one, the S2 is actually staying the same for once, but the S1 is changing here. Now, before all it had is an additional thing to some bleeding, but now let's see, blah blah blah, 35% chance, but 2 turns when the caster is under shadow status. Now I'm pretty sure shadow status is what they consider the berserker mode, right? Or maybe something else has changed that I have to go, and we'll come back to that. But shadow status has a 100% chance to apply 2 stacks of Ebon Wound. And if we don't remember what Ebon Wound is a dot that you cannot remove from yourself. It's a debuff that stays. Let's see, and to deal damage equal to 30%, and it stacks to 10 times. So it's like her, like she went to Ashley school, which is funny. So now she's applying Ebon Wound, and she still has a chance to bleed. So now she's becoming more of a dot unit. Let's see if anything else helps out with that. They boosted her S3 for what fucking reason? Let's see. Blah blah blah. Everything else let's see the same. Flex damage, 60% chance to make the target under the same thing. I would have loved that just to go up. Decrease the cooldown by 2 turns if the caster hides for 2 turns if the attack kills the target. So that's the difference that they made. Now she hides automatically. Why did they give her a hidden mechanic? She definitely does not need a hidden mechanic, especially for a unit that you don't really mind dying. Why does she want to hide? That makes it take longer for her to die. Maybe there's something else that I'm not aware of. All right, so inflicts damage equal to 50% of attack to a bleeding target at the start of the turn. And this does a lot of damage, by the way. A lot of people that have their Morgan built up. Increase the caster's attack by 10% for 2 turns when attacking a bleeding target. Stacks up to 5 times. And I actually barely have ever read her passive, so this is why I'm reading them now. So I didn't know that she actually gets more attack by attacking bleeding targets. I just auto in S3 with her all the time. I really don't pay attention. Apply the status of Demon Sword Bloody Petal to the caster upon killing an enemy to inflict 30% damage for 2 turns. That's pretty cool. So let's look at the differences. Now that's the same. 15%, so now she gets more attack when she attacks a bleeding target, and it stacks up to 4 times. Is that equal? This is 50. 15 times 4, I think, is 60. So she slightly can get more attack now. And it takes a little less. Perfect. Why would anyone complain about that? So, and then that's the same. So pretty much the only change here is that she gets more attack when she attacks a bleeding target. That's pretty much all that happens. Now let's see the super thing here. It is 50% chance to apply it to the caster for 2 turns when attacking. Now it goes up to 70%. She got Demon Sword, the caster upon killing. Okay, so now she doesn't have to kill. So this is here, she just gets it when she attacks. Revives with 50% HP and applies Shadow. So that's, yeah, that is the same thing. Just making sure. Guarantees and increased damage by 25%. The caster wants to. So now she does not become Berserk. is the important thing here. And that's actually a very nice change, because it always seemed very annoying when she died, came back, and you could not control her. But it was like, okay, it made sense, because you know, she counterattacks guarantees, she multi-attacks guarantees, and she takes less damage. So the trade-off was that she, you know, you couldn't control her. But a lot of the times, especially in the Kali dungeon and other dungeons where you were actually trying to use her, is that you were kind of screwed, because she kind of started popping off and doing whatever the hell she wanted and kind of ruining your dungeons. And for every other character that does not have a mechanic that they go berserk like that, it just became annoying. And it's like, and then they released information like, oh, you can give them immunity before they die. But it's like, this unit is a attacker, they're going to die very quickly, and sometimes you won't even really have time to react to what's going on. So I do appreciate that they maybe took that out, but it did slightly keep her somewhat balanced, that all of a sudden she would not be uncontrollable, so you can plan and do some shit, you know. But all these costumes are pure buffs, and that the only difference, the thing that I did not, I guess that's a little bit of, I'm worried about these costumes, is that all they do is make the character better. They don't like change the character into like this Morgan is, I was reading this first one, it's kind of weird that they made it like she dots more, but it's like, for what reason did they need to give her that? There's no other, but I guess now you can run her as a burst, like run her like rage burst or something. But you just needed her to nuke people. She doesn't do more damage when she hits a debuff target, so I don't really understand that at all. But you know, it's like, these are just pure buffs. There's no reason not to have this stuff. It's not like you lose something here. Like now, like if you don't have Morgan's costume, you're gonna have to deal with this berserk shit. Meanwhile, if you get this costume, now you don't, and plus you're gonna get more damage from this, and you're getting more damage here, and you're getting more utility from this. So it's just kind of weird that they didn't make them different characters, which is what I was hoping for. Like you would get, like, instead of this dark, crazy Morgan, like how they took her berserk away here, right? It would have been nice to have this version of Morgan that was like super, like clean, not clean, but like maybe more innocent, maybe more intellectually not as crazy designed. That would have been a cool difference of these characters. But like I said, I do think that they're going to do these on different holidays, that you're going to see you're definitely going to see Halloween costumes next month. There's no way. That's the next update. They've been doing an update every month for this game, every single month. Look at my videos, type in update Nights Chronicles. I've done one every month, and they do it every month. Every month there's an update to this damn game. So if you're worried about content, yeah, they have a bunch of content. Let me know in the comments which one you like the most. I guess you can just go visual for these. You know, these are all visual, but if there's anyone that you thought, as far as the three, Rebecca, Mary, and Morgan, which one you think is going to change the game more? I don't think any of them are game changer or game breaking. I think Rebecca is the most interesting one though, definitely. Mary's one seems like a slightly better. Morgan seems like a slightly better version. She'll be annoying that she's able to hide and stuff like that. Rebecca seems like the most logical. Everything here seems very logical, very interesting. The judgmental light seems cool, the lowering the cooldown of your abilities, and even more so, and being able to counter a team comp and stuff like that. Very, very, very cool. Doesn't really synergize with any of the new other two units that they added into the game, but you know, they kind of stand out on their own. I definitely think Rebecca is the star child of the update, well, for sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm going to be out skis, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.